We have the Geats! Alright, what is up, Soda population? As always, I'm your host of Frozen Stratos, and today we are going to be talking about some Geats-related stuff that I feel like touches on some Soto information. It's really just sort of speculation on Geats, what we're going to be doing at the end of the episode, but the meat and potatoes of what we're talking about today is the brand new blog. Now, there's a lot of, like, extra things that happen, but we're only touching on the Soda part, because that's, you know, what the whole show's about, you dingus. So, without further ado, let's hop in and take a look at Kamen Rider Juuga. He's looking rather spiffy. It's a very nice black and gold color scheme that, kind of masks that this is a bit of a remold of an existing figure. And, you know, that's information that was frankly new to me. So, let's take a look at what he's all about. So as I was saying, he is a remold, and this is basically, I guess, it's weird to say like a reskin of Barrett Rex? No, Barrett. That's right? No, Ballad? I'm not sure. The B's and the R's and the V's and the L's, they're all sort of jumbled together. But he does look very, very different. And we'll see how and why later. Let's take a closer look at what is different about this figure. First and foremost, the head. Molded really well. They got the spikes as spiky as they could at this scale with this target audience. So this is fine enough for me on this side. On the other side, we are getting the full, you know, sticker on this side so that we can see the individual grains that make up the compound eye effect. You know, their whole shtick, the thing they say all the time. Next up, we have the chest. This is looking very nice. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any paint work here. This is all done in stickers just because of how complex and complicated this sort of got. So, yeah, I suppose that's interesting. Anyway, now we move on to the similarities because we get to see that the arms are structurally the same. The only difference really, like, only discernible difference presently is the shoulder pad. And that worked out really, really well. Like, it gets, like, the spike goes really high. But yeah, we can see how much a color scheme is able to really change things, and then also some elements that we will see later. Moving down, we have a brand new belt, and they managed to get in all of the tiny little animal details, like the individual animal details on this belt. It looks so intricate and so good. I love this. Further down, we see the legs. Once again, kind of the same, kind of not. Very much a really good reskin to make it look different. Now, I keep saying this is kind of the same, and the reason why is because they gave us the 3D modeled version of this and sort of showed us what the difference is. You see on the left here, Barrett Rex is like, I want to say like a sort of speckled, I guess like great version there, and then over on the right we have Juuga's, I guess sort of crackly pattern all up in it, and I really like it. Like this did help, and it did go a long way. So, for all intents and purposes, I assume this is a brand new mold, right? Yeah, this is amazing. They didn't, I don't know for sure, but I don't think they actually confirmed if it was a brand new mold or not. Surely it has to have been. And also, the same thing goes for the legs. They, now, is the 3D modeling term, like, re-topography? That's not right. That doesn't sound right. It almost felt right. But like the surface detailing is very different. They added so much extra stuff, and it really works. Like this is really good, and it goes a long way. So here are, you know, the side by sides, and we can more clearly see that those little bits have been picked out with paint in some cases, and others in stickers. And really, that's about it. I believe that this is supposed to be our final villain of the show, which is what the blog said, and I'm just parroting to you. But last week, we got the information that, you know, this figure was not going to be in Buy 9. This is not a Buy 9 figure. Because Buy 9 is done. This is the end of Buy 9. That means that this figure is all on his own. Where will he be? They said mysteriously on the blog, but as we know, as we've known from years prior, once the line ends here, we just move on to the next line, but really only put 1 or 2 figures of the main line. So what I'm saying is that we have, you know, this is book 1 here. Only 2 figures from Saber made it into book 1, and the rest of them were 0-1 figures. A similar situation is coming here with Buy 1, the first Revice line. It only came with 2 Revice figures, a few accessories for them, and the rest of them were Saber and 0-1. So more than likely, the first wave of Geats is going to be subsumed by the rest of Kamen Rider Revice. And we already know that Revice's final form has been delayed. It would be interesting to see it in the very first wave of, you know, the Geats line. But to me, obviously, we still have tons and tons of stuff to get from the Revice line, but I did kind of want to speculate on what we could possibly be getting out of the Geats side of his own line. Now, we did get a press conference, right? And if you want more information about that, link is somewhere around in a helpful spot, hopefully here. But it came with it some character designs that I'm wondering, like, we've already talked about their mainline figure and how it, you know, just sort of functions. I'm wondering if Soto may do the same, or as we take a look at these different types of bodies, maybe not. Maybe they will just go straight figure and not all the transformation gimmicks. I would appreciate that. I think that would be more than fine. We got these really nice character images, but what I also wanted to focus on was this lineup here. Because take a look at this. The Geats on this slide, he has all the armor bits attached to him. But these guys, it looks like they have just their bare suit. And our secondary rider, who is typically showing up within first waves, like, it would be safe to assume the secondary rider is showing up in the first wave with the main rider. Our secondary rider is the green guy, and it looks like his main form, the main one they're advertising, is just this base form without any accoutrement. So that means his base form is going to be very similar across the board to all these other guys. And I'm wondering, initially I was under the impression that all the base suits were going to be exactly the same, no changes whatsoever. So I thought, okay, you'd get a regular Geats, right, in the main line, and then next to it, you just get the secondary rider, and in the accessory part set, you'd be able to get swappable heads to make them whatever base rider you wanted at the time. Or, well, not really or, but now that I see it, green and yellow here, they have different molding to them. Green has the green stripe around his leg, and the yellow fox person has the golden rings, so I'm wondering how well that would actually hold up. It would be interesting. I mean, obviously, I still feel like first and secondary are a pretty good bet for the first wave, so maybe that's how they're gonna go. I'm not sure. That's just where I'm landing right now, but it would have been cool if, you know, our secondary rider were like completely plain, and then you just gave them a whole bunch of different heads to swap between the new riders. Because we have a panda, we have a ram here, and we have, people are calling it an owl, and then that wasn't right either. So I don't know. He just looks like Kaiza, so I'm gonna call him Kaiza. And then you could give us a Kaiza head as well, and then within your first wave, you could technically be able to, you'd technically be able to create a multitude of riders out of one base body just out the gate. So you would get all of your backlogged riders, all the way from, maybe you can even dip into Saber, and then you can place in this 1 or 2 body set that would work for Kamen Rider Geats. I think that'd be a very neat touch. I don't know if that would work. I don't know if that's how they're going to do it. I don't even know if they're going to do, like, the standard base body. Maybe they will go do the transformation. Not everything does it, but they have, in recent years, made an effort to make the transformation gimmick a thing. I have no idea, but you know what? I would like to know what you guys think about Kamen Rider Geats and what his whole Soto situation is going to be like. Let me know in the comments down below. This is something I'm really happy to discuss, so yeah, anyway, that is it for me. You know, the show's over now. I really liked everything we saw here. I can't wait to move on into Geats. Oh, also let me know in the comments down below what you think the tagline is going to be. Like, Saber was booked. Then we got AI before that, and then most recently we had Bye. So what is going to be Geats' thing? I don't know. Let me know. That should be it, but I did want to mention that, hey, we put out a video all about the new Denjiman figures, as well as the new premium Bandai Yudo set for all the villains from, you know, the new Sentai. Those guys, Dom Brothers! That's the name. And yeah, that's about it. If you like this episode, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. I already told you what to do in the comments down below, so I would like you to keep it. I'll see you next time.